I'm sorry, I'm so disappointed. You seem to have removed all of our talks from your mind and returned to pointless, no offense, and incendiary remarks. You clearly have no knowledge about Islam. I saw the title of the video about 424. Did you forget our talks? How on earth does that justify what the U.S. did? I swear, it's like an argument with a blind man about the color of the sky. I'm not trying to be rude here, but I swear you have the hardest head, or you are prepared to say whatever regardless of facts. What have I said that is incendiary? I addressed that in the private message I sent you. Remember? No. Remind me, please. It was sent June 7th. Okay, we'll put it here, say it again here. I'm no longer going there. Put it here for those who might know a lot more about Islam than the both of us. I'm pretty sure you can shorten it to a paragraph or two, okay? He doesn't respond. No, I'm tired of that sort of thing. I want you to address me here from now on. It makes it so we have to be far more careful about what we say, because we could be called on by those who know a lot more about Islam. It's just that you've not said on any of your videos or in our dialogues a single thing about Islam that is true. You claimed to have studied Islam for years. I put it to you that just isn't the truth, as shown by our mails between each other and some of the comments on your page. Why did you make such a claim? You showed ignorance about the narratives in the Quran, putting Muhammad into the narrative of Abraham. You showed total ignorance of Surah, even of something as basic as the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. I was in ignorance of that part of the Quran, but thank God for the internet allowing me to see what it really is saying. By the way, you say what I've said is not true. If I said something was not true, please show where I presented wrongly by putting the truth, okay? To accuse someone without evidence seems to smack of al-taqiyya. It's such a cheap trick to accuse me of lying when I gave evidence. You showed yourself ignorant of the Quran and Sunnah and Surah, even just the basics, all while claiming to have studied for years. You presented falsely. You said you studied for years, yet you are ignorant. And you just now said that you used the internet. What? You took no Islamic studies? Well, clearly you didn't, because you had to be told what the bid'ah is. Thus, I think you lied, claiming years of research, yet being ignorant of basics. And since you accuse me of lying and being ignorant without evidence, I'm no longer going to respond to you in private. I want you to show the world right here, for everyone, me being ignorant or lying as we do dialogue. In the process, perhaps we'll meet up with a brilliant Muslim who can set us both straight by making me less ignorant or pointing out where I was lying, okay? Absolutely. Here we go. You did not know what the bid'ah is, correct? True. As a matter of fact, I never knew what bid'ah was until I talked with you, but that's not the point, is it? Far better to tell our readers what that you said I studied Islam for many years and didn't know what bid'ah was, than how Quran 424 not only allows for slavery, but allows a Muslim to have sex with his married slave girl, taking away or at least easing the gripe of African Americans. True? We talked about that, and I showed you plenty of proofs that you can't rape slaves. So that issue that black people take with being slaughtered, assaulted and raped still holds true, because it's so different from the Islamic guidelines. As I showed, one can't even slap a slave in Islam. So what happened to us according to Islam is still an atrocity. He says he's African American, that's why. But we already went over this. But you still make the same statements, which is what I was complaining about. Yep, I think you said that all right. But you also said Quran 9, 1 through 5, and Quran 9:29 is a result of pagans breaking peace treaties first, and said paying the jizya wasn't discriminatory. All I'm doing in this video is pointing out what I thought was reformation taking place with the Quran, and learning from CyberMonkey that apparently it isn't. That the only quote, that the quote, only if they leave their husbands, unquote, is not the real Quran, but to make it look like Islam isn't allowing for slavery and rape in Quran 4:24. I did give evidence. You said that you have studied Islam for 20 years but didn't know the basics of Islam and the Quran and the life of the Prophet. You had no clue that is even a Muslim child or a new Muslim knows these things. For you to not know is like claiming to have gone to school for 20 years but not knowing the alphabet. That's why I put it forward that this cannot be, which I feel is the strongest proof I can give without a polygraph. Actually, I've been studying Islam on and off since the days of Muhammad Ali. He was boxing. It wasn't until U.S. troops were killed in Somalia that I began to study it further. But again, far better to try to say I'm a liar than talking about what this video is all about. True? If you have read my comment, my point was that this video is pointless and incendiary, and my point still stands, that you were dishonest in representation. So don't try to avoid it. You presented yourself as having in-depth knowledge of Islam, to the point where you say, you have studied for 20 years, but when I call you on it, you backpedal and try to divert from the point I made, that I gave strong proofs for the point I made, but in your video you ignored the dialogue we are having. How is this video pointless and incendiary? Seems pointless to me. Maybe I'm missing the point. Incendiary is that we spoke about the things you go over in this video, leading me to believe that the only reason you made these most recent videos was to rail against Islam, implying what you wish about it, like the slavery, the Afro-American experience connection that you make. We talked about it, but you don't seem to have paid any attention. I mean, is my complaint somewhat not clear? Is it somehow not clear? If I remember right, you said you were African American. Well, you don't sound African American, or look African American. Getting my curiosity up about how you could then be comfortable with Islam when the Quran had 4:24 in it. I called you on this paradox many times in our dialogue, and you keep on avoiding and ignoring me. So I created videos to see if I could get other African-American Muslims' take on it. I mean, truthfully, how can you be against America for the time the U.S. had slavery when you have Quran 4, verse 24? Maybe you can finally respond? How many times do I have to say it? The treatment prescribed in Islam and what happened in America are totally different, and Islam lends no legitimacy to what went on here. So there is no conflict, and our complaint stands. Does nothing I say stick in your head? But again, one of the biggest gripes of African Americans is that their ancestors were slaves in America, and yet you have Quran 4:24 not only allowing for slavery, but sex with a married slave woman, quote, what your right hand possess. If you find Quran 4:24 okay, how can you, as an African American Muslim, have much gripe for the time America had slavery? Really, you didn't even know what the Sirah was, or any of it, or what Bid'ah was. Muslim children know these things. I'm not trying to be controversial. It's just that the more I see your videos, your claim of having studied Islam for what was in it was for 20 years, you said 20 years, eat at me. You didn't know the Quraysh book, Hudaybiyyah. That Surah 9 was a response to that. The list goes on, my favorite being you claiming storyline. 135 is to kill all kafirs, and it. When clearly it says only the 20 breakers, others excluded. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. You said it was pagans who broke treaties first in Quran 9, 1 through 5, when it sounded like the only breaking of a treaty was not being Muslim. If I remember correctly, you still haven't explained why persons of the book, Christians and Jews, should be fought until they, quote, feel themselves subdued and pay the tax. That's Quran 9, 29. Dude, you are going to... if you're going to respond, just reply. So that I am sent a message, okay? I don't check their videos, huh? Okie doke. But I want your comments here in the open, in the hopes that those Muslims who really know Islam and the Quran can help us out here, okay?